Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle and I'm the owner and creator of The 8th Salt. It is my handmade small business where I make and sell scrunchies and hair accessory type products. In today's video we will be setting up my new studio space. As you can see, I have actually moved homes. The last video I filmed for you all was a market vlog at one of my regular Saturday morning farmers markets, and that was at the beginning of November. We are now at the beginning of January 2024, so happy new year to all you people out there watching. But that is why I didn't end up attending any December markets or any Christmas markets towards the end of last year because I was moving, guys. I've been here for a little over a month now. Yeah, and we now get to set up my little studio room. The room itself is kind of small. It's around 2.5 meters by 3 meters. But I mean, considering what I had last time, which was no studio room at all, and I was split between 3 separate spaces. If you've seen any of my previous vlogs, you would know I used to sew in my bedroom. I had another space for cutting on the landing of the stairs in the first floor of the house, and I also used the spare bedroom for storage as well. It was a fully furnished bedroom, and I kind of just use that for storage, for overflow of stock, my market stock, my market display things, packaging supplies and all that stuff. So I was actually split between 3 areas in my previous home, which was really inconvenient for me, and I would have to go back and forth between all 3 spots to get anything done. So we now have a whole room dedicated for our studio. That is some of my fabric there. That is one of my tables here. That isn't mine, but we will be using that. That is my other table, and then my cutting mat and the legs for it there. I will give you all a proper tour in a second, but for now I will give you an update. We will be heading back to markets really soon. I'm still debating between end of Jan or early Feb. And my tables for markets, my trestle tables, the fold out tables that I take to markets, I take 2 of the large ones. They actually both broke at my last market that I filmed for you all and that I attended last year. They broke during my pack up, and I actually had someone help me get them packed down and into my car because they both broke. So we now need to invest in 2 new trestle tables for markets. So probably we'll be delaying attending markets until February because of that. But yeah, we will need to sort that out. They're around $69 each. And I need 2, so that's going to be a bit of an investment. That is in AUD, Australian dollars, so we need to prepare for that. So I will most likely be delaying our market debut for 2024 until Feb. But for now we are in the beginning of January. It's around the 9th of January today, or the 8th of January today. And we will be setting up this studio space. Yeah, so I'm gonna flip the camera around for you all and give you a tour of the room. I've got my iced coffee there ready and waiting. I really need a coffee. It's around 11 a.m. at the moment, so we are starting a little late in the day, but I did have to bring up a couple things from storage. My hand is shaking, so I'm just gonna hold these with my other hand. Yeah, so I did have to bring up 2 tables out of storage from the garage downstairs, so we are actually in a unit. So that was a bit of a effort bringing the tables up the stairs. So we've got this one I had to bring out of storage. Story time. I actually asked the removalist to take this apart because it's got quite large legs, to take it apart from my previous home and then bring it up into the unit and put it together for me. However, they actually did not do that, and instead they packed it in the storage unit. And not only did they pack it in the storage unit, but they packed it right at the back and then put all my other things in front of it. So that was an effort to get that out of the storage unit. So we are already tired today because I had to move everything in front of it out to bring this table, and there's another one actually in the hallway which I will show you later. And then I had to put everything back into the storage unit, and then I had to bring it up multiple flights of stairs. So we will see how much we get done. I did want to purchase some Alex drawers for us for the studio space because I don't actually have storage here, any drawers, any cabinets or anything like that. And I've been searching on Facebook Marketplace for weeks, right, to prepare for this, but I haven't found anyone selling just one or two Alex drawers. They've been selling them all in a whole bundle with a table and whatnot, and I don't really need that. I've got 3 tables already, so haven't been able to find one of those. And I've also been looking for a Billy bookshelf to put here, which is a I don't know, it's been there, it was there from the previous owner. I'll give you all a closer look of what it looks like, but yeah, it's a shoe rack, so which has been attached to the wall. So I'll show you what that all looks like. I'll give you a tour of what is here and all that, but I was looking for a Billy bookshelf as well to put there and wasn't able to find one. So we will be assembling what we have today. I'm not sure how long this video will be, but we will be doing what we can. It's just me today. I said we, it's actually just me. So I'm not sure if this video will go across tomorrow as well, but we will see how much I'm able to get done because yeah, it's a really hot day. It's around 32 degrees Celsius today. I'm super hot already, and as I mentioned, I've already been in the storage unit. So I'm gonna flip the camera around. I'm gonna mix this iced coffee. I really need some coffee, and then I will flip the camera around and give you a tour of the room and what is here and what we still need to get and bring. So let's do that. Cheers, guys. Okay, iced coffee is sorted. So this is the room. This chair is not mine. That will be going out. That chair is also not mine, but we will be keeping it. But this is the doorway of the room. So when you walk in, we have this shoe rack. Those are my shoes. It's actually been bolted to and screwed to the wall. Yeah, so as you can see, I have an obsession with Joe Mercer shoes, but my idea was to remove this off the wall and put a Billy bookshelf here. That way I'm able to store all my bolts of fabric here. Excuse the camera if it's shaking. Yeah, my arm is pretty tired and sore from carrying these tables up the stairs, but yeah, so I wanted to store all of these into a Billy bookshelf and put that here. But yeah, as I mentioned, I wasn't able to find one on Facebook Marketplace, but I will still be looking. any suggestions, or if you have one to sell, please leave a comment below. This is because this is actually a bedroom, obviously. This is the very small closet, and then this chair isn't mine, but I'll probably be keeping it to elastic, some scrunchies, or to trim thread and things, just so I'm not always sitting at the table and stuff. So we'll probably be keeping that. This chair we will not be keeping. It's got stains on it and things, so that's probably just gonna go out in the trash. This is my other table. It's an IKEA table. That is the back of it. And then there's the legs for it, so we need to put that together. It's just the white table, the white shiny glossy laminate that looks like this one. So we will be putting that together today. That is my cutting mat, my auto heat press from HTV Runt, very large bin, some camera stuff. This shelving isn't mine, it was left here as well, but we will actually be using this. So I'm going to set this up with my thermal printers and a few bits and things like that, because previously I didn't have any space. As you knew, I was just using the one table and then swapping it out for whatever I needed that day, whether I was sewing, packing orders, cutting fabric, and then I would just unpack and rearrange that table depending what I needed that day. So we actually have some space here to have some dedicated spots for things to run my small business. So we will be using this little shelf. That is some market stuff, and then these are all my boxes full of fabric and some bits and pieces in here. My sewing machine, obviously, my utilities pegboard, which I cannot wait to get set up again, and then there my bolts of fabric, my sewing chair, and then this is my main table. It's the sturdiest table I have, so this will be the sewing table. It is thinner than the IKEA table, so that's pretty good for sewing. And then this is some packaging stuff, and then everything else is in storage. So once we kind of organize this room, I'll see what I still need to bring up from storage, and how much room we still have, and then get that set out. So we actually have 3 tables to arrange today. So my idea for the room was to have this table here set along this wall as a standalone table, and that will be set up with the sewing machine and primarily just for sewing. And then I'm gonna get the other 2 tables, this one and the other one, which I'll show you in a second, and set them up in a corner. So one along the window here and then one along this wall, and then have this chair probably there, and then this cabinet unit shelf thing probably in that corner there. The only power outlet I have found in the room is here. If you can see that there, from what I have observed, there isn't any other outlet in the room. I'm not sure if there's any behind these fabrics, but that's the only one I can see at the moment. So we will need to do some cable management, but that is the idea for this room. So that's what it looks like now. And then the other table that I brought up for is here. So yeah, that's still got the legs on it, so I gotta shift that into there. Yeah, I don't know. Has anyone else worked out another hobby since, you know, that whole pause? I have not. So I have been working on this, guys, since, yeah, New Year's. It's a 3,000 piece. That is the image, but that's what I've been doing since. It's actually nearly finished, but yeah, anyway, there's some more I need to get through there, but that is the table, guys. My bedroom's just there. And then, yeah, this is the studio space. So that was a mini tour. But yeah, I'm gonna pop you guys off to the side, and then we're gonna begin by arranging the tables. So I need to move all of these out of the way and find a spot for them, because I don't have a Billy bookshelf yet to put them on. That was the plan, that was the idea for them. So we need to find a spot for them temporarily. Here will be the sewing table, and then we need to put this together and then find a way for me on my own to bring that other table here. So I'm gonna prop you guys off somewhere where you can see the whole room, and then I will do a time lapse for you all and give you some updates in between. Oh yeah, this is my crochet update, guys. I'll just move some things out of the way, excuse that, but that is my crochet, guys. This was a bag that I have crocheted, well, begun to crochet. It's obviously not perfect, it's my first crochet thing, but yeah. So I mentioned in some other vlogs that I was getting some yarn for crocheting things, so that is an update on that. That's probably just gonna stay as it is, but yeah, I will prop you guys off to the side and we will get organizing our studio space. Okay, hair has gone up in a claw clip. Got my iced coffee. So this is the fit for today. My shirt is from Zara. Probably shouldn't be wearing white to clean and to arrange and all that, but this is what we're wearing. My shorts are from Organising, and then of course the famous Australian Havanas, however you want to pronounce them. I don't know if they are Australian, but they pretty much are the national shoe. So let's get into it, guys. I'm going to start with the tables and then arrange them around. They all need cleaning and wiping. Obviously this one needs to be put together. We'll be bringing in the other one as well, and then we at some stage need to vacuum and mop. So let's get into it. I'll be giving you all updates throughout it as well. So let's cue that time lapse. this is what the room is looking like at the minute. So a little messy, stuff's a bit everywhere at the moment, but we will be sorting that out really soon. But this is just the arrangement of the tables for now. And then this is the sewing table. Because I don't have the Billy bookshelf yet, I guess I'll probably be storing my smaller bolts of fabric here. I obviously need some leg room because this is the sewing table. So I'll be storing them here, and then the larger bolts which won't fit under the table, which are those, and then some of these as well. I'll probably be storing them along here, my sewing chair, and then that is our utilities pegboard, which we will be arranging in a second. Just make sure that is in focus for you all. My sewing machine, I got this sewing cover off Amazon Australia, but it doesn't have any hole here for the sewing machine handle. Yeah, so I can't actually pull the handle through to pick up the sewing machine. So I've been picking it up from the base under there. So we might need to cut something here so I can pull the handle through and then sew it. So that might be a project for another time, because I just need to be able to lift this as it is. But I mean, I don't know why they did that. It's very common for almost all domestic sewing machines to have a handle up the top and pretty much in the same spot. So I'm really confused as to why they haven't fit one into this. But apart from that, it's a pretty good case. It's got room here for the foot, and it's just a standard case that will fit pretty much any domestic sewing machine. There's another spot in there as well. But yeah, it's got my Singer, which you've all known and seen in my reels, love. So yeah, we will need to sort out something for that, but that is for later. But that is the sewing space. And then we've got our two desks here. Make sure we are focused with some light. And then the shelving thing there. So my idea for these is, I actually originally wanted to have this spot for the cutting area because I can fit my bolts and then roll them along there and cut comfortably and easily with some space, which would have been really nice. However, this table is my least sturdy table, so probably not ideal for cutting. So we will be setting up the cutting spot here. There isn't that much room over here, but we can always pull out the table. There is some room here, and then I can just easily pull this out if I need to, if I need some extra room. But I mean, that should be okay to cut. I'll put my cutting mat up there. This corner will be dedicated for my auto heat press from HTV Rod, which is just there. So I'll be putting that in the corner. I'm not sure which way to face it, probably that way, just to give me a bit extra room for cutting and things. And then here will be packaging, our packaging area. And then, as I mentioned earlier, this shelving will be for our packaging supplies and my thermal heat printers. I've got one from Ozprint and one from Munbean, who gifted me their thermal printer. So, and then I'll have some packaging supplies here, some bags and boxes. Some of it's in there with all the labels and things, and then some of it's in storage as well. So we will be sorting this out, and that way it is nice and close to the packaging station, because I originally wanted to have this shelving in that corner here, but it didn't really work. Sort of in the way, it didn't really look nice. I'm not sure if you would have seen it in the time lapse, because I did try putting it there and it just, yeah, it didn't really work. So it's definitely a lot better here. I did originally want to have this chair there to do some cutting of threads and elasticing the scrunchies and things, but I'm not sure if we'll have room for this chair anymore. We might just leave it there. I'm not sure. I originally wanted to have it here, but we will be lining this section with the balsa fabric for now anyway, because yeah, I really wanted to remove this shoe rack. I mean, I don't know how many shoes this rack would have fit, and if the previous person probably had this whole rack filled with shoes. But yeah, I wanted to remove these and put a Billy bookshelf, but I wasn't able to find one on Facebook Marketplace yet anyway. And I'm not sure how short of a stay, if this is temporary here or not. So I didn't really want to buy large pieces of furniture that might not fit in a new space and things. But we will see. I might actually have to get it for storage and then sort it out later if I do decide to move. By the way, this isn't all my shoes. This is just what I have taken out for now. My original shoe cabinet. It's a mirrored cabinet. You may have seen it from a few of my reels and other vlogs and things. It doesn't actually fit into this unit, so really last minute I had to pull out some shoes when the removalists were bringing everything into the unit or packing them in storage. So I just pulled out what I could. They're all, well, not all, but most of my summer shoes. And then obviously I didn't bring up my winter shoes because we are in summer here in Sydney, Australia. So this is just what I pulled out last minute, but it should get me through this summer, and then we'll sort out winter later on, and these will go to storage and whatnot. But that is what the room is looking like now. It is around 1:30 at the moment, so I'm gonna grab some lunch and then we will get to not rearranging. We have arranged the room, but we will get to setting it all out, and first we will get sorting this pegboard with all my utilities and things. I'm not sure if I want to keep it there or if I want to put it near somewhere over here, because it mainly holds my, well, it holds two things. This utilities pegboard, it holds my sewing tools and it holds my cutting fabric tools. So that's obviously my sewing desk, and then that is the cutting desk. So I'm not sure which one will be more convenient for me, to have it somewhere along here or just leave it there. I'm not sure. I'll probably leave it there for now, and then after a couple uses in the studio, see what works and what doesn't, and then do some rearranging. But for now, that's what it looks like. Those are our other fabric tubs. They're all full, and then one of them has all our things for the utilities board and a few bits and pieces, and then that bin will probably stay there next to the cutting section for scraps and things. My mat, which we need to put up over there. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, and then I've got these power boards for cable management, because I did work out there is actually only one power outlet in this room, which is in that corner, which I showed you earlier. So we're gonna need to draw two power spots, one from this shelving for the thermal printers and the iron, the heat press and all that, and then one for the sewing machine. So we'll need to get some cable management along the room. So I've got two power boards there, one there as well. They all look pretty short, so I might actually need to buy some cord extenders and things. So until then, I probably won't be able to use any machinery in this room, because none of them will probably actually reach this power outlet at the moment. But I mean, we'll sort that out once we figure out what arrangement of this room we will be having. But for now, I'm gonna grab some lunch, and then I'll check back in with you all in a minute. For you guys, it'll probably be a couple seconds, and then I really want to get this pegboard sorted, and then we will sort and arrange this room. I've wiped down all the tables, especially this one, because it was so dirty. I don't know how long this was in storage for, but it had a very thick layer of dust on it. I had to wipe it around 2-3 times to get it clean. But yeah, we will get all these sorted and packed and arranged on the tables, and then we need to vacuum and mop the floor. And yeah, I'm a little out of breath, so I'm gonna take a break, eat, finish my coffee, and then we will get stuck back into organizing this room. One other thing I wanted to mention, these boards are not actually corresponding to the fabric on them. I just get the boards from Spotlight. They give me, I'm one of their regular shoppers of fabric, so they give me their spare bolts and things. When they finish the bolt of fabric, they keep these boards and they'll give me a whole stack. That is the update, and I'll check back in with you all. this is the final studio at the minute anyway. I've done some rearranging and this is what I've come up with. So we've got our bigger bolts of fabric here and then our smaller ones under the table for now anyway. They're mainly our kids' prints and these are chiffon and some fur and things. Then we have our sewing table, which I am thrilled about because I haven't had a table dedicated just to sewing ever. So super happy about that. I might move this pegboard closer to the end, but I'll do that later because I'm pretty tired at the moment. But that is what it looks like. I've got my sewing chair, my sewing machine, a lot of room to sew and room at the back as well to feed fabric through. So super happy with how this table turned out. Got my ring light there. So we've actually got 3 tables in this room. I don't know if I should point this out, but all 3 tables have different legs. So this one has chrome legs, this one has matte black, and then this one has a glossy white. But I mean, we are making do with what we have. So that's the sewing area. I've got my market bag and market tripod there. I need some extension cords for this. That is where it ends up, and then the power outlet is actually behind the bin there. So I need 2 extension cords, one for that one and one for that one. So at the moment this room is a bit useless without being able to plug in the machines, but we will sort that out along with a few other things as well. But that is that section. I've got my tubs of fabric there, the bin for scraps for the cutting area. So this is my cutting mat. I'm not sure where my cutting ruler, my quilting ruler has ended up. It's obviously somewhere in storage, I don't know where, but I will need to find that to cut up some fabric. And then all my cutting tools are on this utilities board there, along with my sewing tools. So it's almost exactly the same layout as I had in my previous studio space, which was on top of the stairs. On the landing on the first floor. So we've got my rotary cutters, clippers, scissors, rulers, my pink cushion, some bits and bobs in here, my tags, the large ones, the small ones, box cutter, some spare things for the sewing machine and whatnot, and then a tray with some cut elastic and some random things which doesn't really sit properly, but it will do. It's kind of just sitting there without actually being hooked or stabilized or anything, but it's close to the table, so if it falls it doesn't have that long to fall. And then my bobbins for the sewing machine. So yeah, cutting space, my auto heat press from HTV Rond, who gifted this to me. It's so heavy, guys. It's over 20 kilos. It's about 25 kilos. And I picked it up off the floor because the removalists put it there. So I had to wiggle it out from under the table and then pick it up and put it there and then wiggle it into that corner. So yeah, that is there for now anyway. And then this is gonna double up as our packing area and also my little office space as well. It's got my laptop, my Belkin charger. Cord for that I actually couldn't find, and then I found it in some random container, so super glad I found that. My mouse, coffee coaster thing, and then this is actually my market fan. It's a portable chargeable one. So it's got this light here. I don't know what that light is for. I think it's a bit useless. And then it's got 3 settings for the fan. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's what I take to markets with me during the summer months and what I will be taking to markets with me as well. But for now, I'll be using it in the studio. So that is that space. And obviously I don't have a chair for this, so I'll just be able to wheel this back and forth. I mean, that's only a meter and a half or something, so I'm not buying 2 chairs, definitely not for this space anyway, so I'll just be using that and wheeling it back and forth. This is our, I guess, packing station. I've got my, I forgot what this is called, but it is my silhouette portrait. I've just put it up here. Obviously needs a shelf along here, but when I use it, I will sort that out, but it's a pretty good spot for it. Got all the weeding tools here, and then behind there I've put the transfer tape and some glitter paper from HTV Ron as well. And then here I've got my 2 thermal label printers. My original one that I bought from Ozprint Pro. I also bought the stand for it with the wheel thing to hold all the labels and things, but I can't find it at the moment. I'm pretty sure it's in storage, so I'll need to also get that out. And then that's their brand label sticker paper as well. And then this is my pretty pink Munbean who gifted this to me, and then that is their stack of label paper there as well. So I've got those 2 set up there. And then some packing supplies, tissue paper, packing stickers, my package gifts. These are some mailers in 2 different sizes. And then I need to bring up my pink mailing boxes, which are also in storage. I actually know where they are, so that should be okay to grab. And then I've just put this chair there. I mean, I'm not going to access this cupboard anyway. It's only got my winter clothes in there, which I obviously don't need in an Australian summer. So I put that there just to chill when I am threading elastic in the scrunchies or trimming threads. And then, yeah, so we need to sort out these cables. But check this out, guys. It's a bit gross. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but there are cobwebs here. I don't know if that's focusing. So, and there's some over there as well. So I will need to clean that up off camera. I've vacuumed and mopped, but yeah, I really wish I had a Billy bookshelf for here to store all my fabric, but well. That is what it is looking like. I actually can't find my canvas market sign with my business logo that I put up on an easel, and I usually have it on my sewing desk. I thought it was in the container with all my utility things, but it's not actually there. So I have no idea where I stored it. It's obviously in storage, but I don't know in what box or where in the storage it is. So I'll need to find that as well. But yeah, this is our studio. I'd love to get a neon sign with my business name, the 8th Salt up here or one up here or something, but that can be at a later time. But yeah, guys, this is what my studio looks like. That is the end of our little studio vlog for today. I hope you enjoyed watching me organize the space. You'll be seeing a lot of videos filmed in here. Obviously our studio vlog, prepping for markets, market prep and all that stuff. So thank you all for spending the day with me. It's pretty late afternoon. My phone battery, which I am using to film this, is nearly out. So I'm going to end off this vlog here. I have a lot of videos installed for you all. We will be back at markets in February, so stay tuned for all of those videos. Do make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and you'll also get notified for when I upload all my market vlogs as well. So thank you, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.